Happy Friday, television family. The end of the week is almost upon us. One more day of work. And we're going to work kind of hard today because that's what we do on Fridays. We kind of slack off a little bit on Mondays and Tuesdays. We're here, we work, we just don't work real hard earlier in the week, and then we pick up momentum. And Friday, we give you a 5-star show. It's a 5-star show or double your television viewing pleasure back. That's how we feel about it. 54 degrees, a few clouds out there. They'll be departing as the day progresses. It's going to be beautiful today. Our stretch of seeing our afternoon high temperatures not quite getting to normal ends today. We'll be above normal today. Our normal high is 74. We'll be right around 75, maybe a little warmer than that today. 80s on Saturday, warmer still Sunday, Memorial Day. Looks good. There is a big upper level dome that's starting to build up and intensify. It's going to move into our area. It's going to peak basically on Sunday. It could break down a little bit Sunday night into Monday. All those details are coming up, but you're going to like what you're going to see if you have outdoor plans for Memorial Day weekend. A lot of people have outdoor plans for Memorial Day weekend. That's part and parcel, the unofficial start of summer. News, we'll do that because there is some. Sports, Mariners and the Astros did battle down in Houston last night. Mariners scored 2 runs. They needed to score 7 runs at least. They didn't. We'll have that. It is the first of the 2 big prep state championship weekends this weekend. By the end of this weekend, we'll have a state softball champion. And next weekend, it'll be soccer. We'll preview all of that, all the local teams that are still alive in that. And at the back half of the program, we had a great visit yesterday with Dave Erickson, my good buddy, Big Wave Dave, who was the director of the City of Wenatchee's Parks, Recreation, and Cultural Services Department. They got a lot of stuff going on this summer. They always do, but things really ramp up for Dave and his department. We met up with Dave at the Wenatchee City Pool yesterday, and then we went down to Hale Park, the off-leash dog park, because that's going to be the site of lots of construction going on. Dave Erickson in the back half of the program. It's tour time. Let's see what we have out there with our pan, tilt, and zoom cameras, also known as PTZ cameras. Look at the reflection of the clouds on the Columbia River. It makes the Columbia River look like a lake and not a river. Trust me, it is flowing. We were down there yesterday. Columbia River is flowing a little high, but not bad. Very cold. A lot of people, of course, going to be drawn to the water. Lake Chelan is not up to where it should be, or not up to full anyway. It's actually where it should be this time of the year. So for you folks heading up to Lake Chelan, remember it's not quite all the way up. The bathtub isn't full yet, I guess is the best way to put it. But good morning to the Wenatchee Valley on this beautiful day. Sunrise this morning, 5:15. Sunset tonight, 8:41. 15 hours and 26 minutes of daylight, an additional 2 minutes of daylight. We had 72 yesterday. Almost got to our normal high. Didn't quite. We'll do that today. Camera 2 on our tour takes us up to Lake Wenatchee. Beautiful view there. Snow continues to melt on Dirty Face. Snow continues to melt up on the White River Valley and where the Little Wenatchee flows into the Wenatchee. We also have a camera. You see that little kind of beige-looking spot on the left-hand side of your screen? That's the sand pit at the head of Lake Wenatchee. We actually have a camera up there somewhere, I think. We've used it before. Anyway, good morning to Lake Wenatchee. Good to see you. Camera 3. Stein Hill chimes in. Looks like it's a little breezy there up on Stein Hill. It's exposed, of course, so it's going to, even the slightest wind will make that tower move. Tower is supposed to move. That's why it's jiggling around like that. Good morning to Dryden. Good morning to Peshaston. Leavenworth, everybody else. It's going to be a beautiful weekend to get out and enjoy. It's going to be really hard to stay inside. And our 4th camera takes us to Billy Goat, USA. Omak, right now you're at 48 degrees, so you're 6 degrees cooler than we are here in the Wenatchee Valley. In fact, we are the warm spot at 54 degrees. We're off to a warm spot today. So good morning to Omak, Okanagan, Peshaston, I mean Pateros, you know what I mean. You know where you live. Oh my, can I go home? Quick little slide from the National Weather Service, your Memorial Day weekend outlook. It's looking really good. There are some locations, Columbia Basin specifically, Moses Lake, Quincy, Ephrata, you could maybe even get to 90 on Sunday. As I mentioned already, an upper level ridge is building over the Pacific Northwest, and that means it's going to strengthen and move in, and it's going to be really nice today, really nice on Saturday, almost borderline hot on Sunday, and then it's going to start breaking down a little bit Sunday night into Monday. It's going to cool us down anyway. Could see a pop-up thunderstorm or a shower. Will probably be high and dry. Upper elevations, mountainous terrains, Cascades, and the Bitterroots, you could get a little bit of rain, perhaps Sunday night into Monday. In detail, it looks something like this from the National Weather Service. How about 74? And lots of sunshine, not a lot of wind to talk about. That's our normal high this time of the year, 74 degrees. 52 for the overnight low tonight, sunshine and close to 80, possibly to the 80-degree mark. On Saturday, we've hit 80 a couple of times this year. We'll be well above that. Sunday's definitely going to be the warmest day of the year, 86. Lots of sunshine on Sunday. Sunday night, the ridge is going to start breaking down. There's a big low in the Gulf of Alaska. It's eventually going to shove into the dome of high pressure and start moving it out of our way. So Sunday night into Monday, slight chance of some rain, a few clouds. We'll see a few clouds on Memorial Day Monday, and then they burn off, and we'll get back up to about 76 degrees, and then it looks really nice. A little windy, but not too bad at all on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, as we're running out of May, as a matter of fact. We're almost done with it. June is almost here, halfway through the year. Wow. All right, that's your weather forecast. The news, and there's a lot of it, is 2 minutes away. You're watching a Friday edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCWLIFE channel.
There's no place like home, because home is where we're totally comfortable. It's where we can be ourselves and let our guards down. It's where we make memories, and we're always imagining new ways to keep it totally comfortable. Carrier, total comfort, totally happy.
Turn to the experts, Carrier and Alpine Air. Heat and air, call Alpine Air.
Hi, I'm Amanda Walden with A. Walden Insurance Group. Medicare can be overwhelming, but you don't have to figure it out alone. I've been helping people understand their Medicare options for over a decade. Medicare isn't a one-size-fits-all. I'll help you understand your coverage options so you can feel confident in your decisions. Let's find the right Medicare plan for you. Call me today or come and see me at my office located on South Chelan Avenue in Wenatchee between the YMCA and the Social Security office. I look forward to meeting you soon.
Tour Moses Lake just a gas tank away. With its abundance of outdoor activities, Moses Lake is a great place to visit. From fishing and boating to exploring the city's attractions, there is no shortage of things to do. Whether you're enjoying any one of the variety of restaurants with the family or an adventure-filled day with friends, Moses Lake has something for everyone. TourMosesLake.com and start your adventure today.
Bring the whole family up to Stormy Mountain Brewing and local public house in historic downtown Chelan. Applewood smoked brisket, street-style tacos, and our award-winning barbecue rubs and sauces. Our meals pair perfectly with our exciting lineup of craft ales, made right here in Chelan. We've got room for big groups, or give us a call for catering. So grab the kids and check out the fun at Stormy Mountain Brewing and local public house located in the heart of Chelan.
Just a few clouds out there, 54 degrees, mid-70s today, close to 80 on Saturday, mid to upper 80s on Sunday, a cool down on Memorial Day, but pretty much sunshine for the foreseeable future. It's 9 minutes after the hour. Local crews quickly got the upper hand yesterday morning on that fire. It was a brush fire just outside of Chelan. The blaze reported at about 11:30 on Thursday morning. It's near the intersection, or was near the intersection, of Eisenhart Road and Edwin Road. That's just south of the transfer station in Chelan. Within a half an hour, firefighters were able to cut off the fire's progress through the dry grass and the brush and contain it to less than an acre. The cause of the fire, by the way, not immediately known. Gunshots on Central Drive in Moses Lake left a 17-year-old victim with a bullet wound to his leg. Moses Lake police say it happened about 6:30 Tuesday night in the 500 block of Central Drive. When police arrived, they found the male teen victim with a wound that was not life-threatening. He was treated at Samaritan Hospital. A suspect vehicle was seized under a search warrant after it was found across town on Airway Drive, and the home where it was parked at was also searched. The case remains under investigation, but Moses Lake police say the attack appears to be gang-related. The city of Wenatchee will temporarily close the railroad crossing portion of North Miller between Maple and Walla Walla Avenue. They're going to start that on June 2nd. The closure comes with the construction of temporary tracks for the railroad, while crews begin assembling the 2 new bridges across the Burlington Northern Santa Fe Railway. These new bridges are part of Phase 1 of the Confluence Parkway project, that huge city project aimed to reduce congestion on the north end of town. The temporary closure will be in place 24 hours a day until further notice. Well, starting this weekend and just in time for the holiday, the Chelan County Natural Resource Department will once again host its voluntary boat inspection program to reduce the risk of invasive aquatic species that may contaminate Lake Chelan. The idea for the program arose in 2020 after an assessment showed that the lake was at high risk for invasive mussel species. They can irreversibly damage the ecosystem of Lake Chelan. After completing the inspection, boaters get a sticker from inspection teams, and that'll expedite further activity throughout the rest of the 2025 boating season. Boaters with stickers from previous years can still expect a full initial inspection. The county reports an 86% voluntary participation rate last year, up from 73% from 2023. All students under the age of 18 can eat breakfast and lunch for free this summer, thanks to programs by the Wenatchee School District and a local nonprofit. The district's free summer meals program will provide on-site breakfast and lunch at Mission View Elementary School Mondays through Thursdays. They'll do that from June 23rd to July 17th. And Small Miracles, it's an organization dedicated to feeding Wenatchee Valley children, will provide free grab-and-go lunches at Washington Park, Lincoln Park, Methow Park, and Pioneer Parks. The meals will be provided Monday through Thursday. It'll start June 23rd and last to July 31st. The oncology unit at Confluence Health's Central Campus in Wenatchee has a new splash of color, thanks to local artist Kathleen Dyer. When nursing manager Heather Sanchez decided that the cancer patients of the department needed something to brighten up the floor, she contacted Dyer, and the two got working on a mural design that features the local hiking destination of Saddle Rock and set against a colorful geometric background. It is pretty cool. The mountain is meant to represent the challenges that patients face and strive to overcome in the oncology department every day. The North Central Educational Services District has an opening on its board of directors. The seat is open after the resignation of Richard Johnson. He was the former superintendent of the Okanagan School District. He'd been on the board since 2021. The position represents Brewster, Grand Coulee Dam, Nespelem, Okanagan, Omak, Oroville, and Tenasket school districts. If you want to apply, you have to live within the boundaries of those districts. You can't be a school district employee, and you can't be a member of a local school board or serving on the state board of education. If you're interested in filing for the candidacy, contact the superintendent of the NCESD, Dr. Michelle Price, and you got to do it by Friday, June 13th. And on April 30th, Derek Sheffield of Leavenworth was inaugurated as Washington's Poet Laureate. The Wenatchee Valley College professor is the 8th Poet Laureate to hold that title. He was appointed by Governor Bob Ferguson. We were there as he accepted his new role at Grove Recital Hall on the campus of Wenatchee Valley College. He had help, by the way, from his students. And on Monday, in place of our normal evening newscast, we'll be bringing you our coverage of Passing of the Laurel. We'll have that for you Monday at 5, 6, and 10 p.m. right here on the NCWLIFE channel. Here's a sneak preview of what's to come.
So this is called All of It for Zoe. For weeks, we had watched the meadow beyond our windows, its archipelago of puzzle pieces rising through the snow. We wrote our names on the calendar, playing our game. Which day will be its last? That was the day you reached up to take my hand and lead me by little steps out the door, down the drive, zigzagging off through brush, When we came into the light of the full sun, a mound as tall as you, we stopped. Its surface was everywhere moving and not going anywhere. An expression of living pointillism. It looked back at us, breathlessly, with all the excitement of your life. You said, "Daddy, we're in the whole world." Squeezing my hand, I looked away from the ants, the swarming shadow of some numinous thing. Your gold, unbrushed hair glowed in the sun. A pink barrette pinned your bangs to the side. Cold air on my skin. Bristle of pine needles. Trickle of meltwater under blue sky. All of it. And all of you and me. Yes. Yes, we are.
Again, that will be on Monday in place of our evening news. You do not want to miss that program. It's pretty good. Take a lot of effort to put it together. Jefferson Robbins and I are going to be tag teaming the news tonight. Grant has the day off and Eric has the day off. Grant's is scheduled. Eric's is not. Eric is going to be a granddad, so he's off to see his new grandbaby. Congratulations to Eric. So I'll be doing weather and sports. That'll be interesting. The news tonight at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 10 o'clock. 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 10 o'clock before we head into a 3-day weekend. Won't be here on Monday, of course. No Wake Up on Wenatchee Valley. And as you already know, we have the special Derek Sheffield show for the evening news on Monday. So we're looking forward to a 3-day weekend. But don't forget the news tonight, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 10 o'clock. Also available on the World Wide Web on our homepage, NCWLIFE.com, our YouTube page, our Facebook page. We have a link there for that. And if you have a news tip for us, you send us an email, and you're good at it. I might add news@ncwlife.com. Jose Altuve, the old Mariner pain in the butt, did it again last night. Sports is next. You're watching Wake Up on Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
Central Washington Water understands the power of healing waters. If part of your wellness routine includes hot heat from a sauna, Central Washington Water now carries indoor and outdoor infrared and hot rock saunas by Tilo. Research shows there are many health benefits to a cold plunge after a good workout or relaxing time in your sauna. Harness the power of water in a hot spring spa, plug-and-play spas, a Tilo sauna, or a cold plunge tub. Stop by Central Washington Water, your wellness experts.
Craving fresh Asian comfort food? Steam Panda is Wenatchee's popular family-friendly Asian restaurant. They focus on providing guests with delicious, healthy, fresh, and natural dishes for an affordable price. It's time to enjoy one of their many popular house-made soup dumplings, ramen noodles, or pho dishes. And make sure to ask about their lunch and chef specials on sushi rolls. Steam Panda's Hawaiian poke bowl and salads are excellent with your favorite boba tea. Stop by or order online at Steam Panda today.
Caught in a conflict? Family, workplace, neighbor, business, housing disputes? Wenatchee Valley Dispute Resolution Center provides mediation services, a cost-effective and efficient way to provide a written resolution to disputes and issues. Plus, we offer mediation training and community education on conflict resolution and communication skills. Contact us to learn more.
You trust the same doctor for your health and the same dentist for your smile. Trust Global Car Care to keep your vehicle running strong. We track your car's history so it gets the right care at the right time. With our 3-year, 36,000-mile warranty on parts and labor, you'll drive away with confidence. Global Car Care, your automotive experts. We service all makes and models, but specialize in Sprinter vans, Mercedes, Audi, Volkswagen, and BMW. Call or visit us today.
20 minutes after the hour, the Mariners' bane, Jose Altuve, did it again. He homered twice, drove in his season-high 4 runs. Astros beat the Mariners 9-2 last night. George Kirby made his season debut. He allowed 6 hits, 5 runs, 4 strikeouts in 3 2/3 innings. Seattle played without Julio Rodriguez. Center fielder was scratched from the lineup about half an hour before the first pitch.
2-2. Cracked out to the gap in left center field, touches down, base hit. Crawford around third base. He scores standing. Rowdy Tellez with 2 outs in the first inning gets the Mariners on the board early. It's 1-0.
I feel like you're seeing this from Rowdy Tellez, hitting the ball up the middle into left field, especially as he gets deeper in the count. This is a changeup down and away. Doesn't try to do a whole lot with it. Stays through it, and there's run number 1 for the Mariners.
Dylan Moore rockets this out towards center field, blasted back, and it bangs off the wall for a home run. Dylan Moore just knocked a brick out here in Houston, his 8th homer this year, and it's a 2-0 lead.
Got out quick, jumping on that first pitch of the at-bat. We've been seeing the Mariners doing some damage, some extra slugs, some home runs on 0-0 counts all of a sudden.
What a shot.
On the ground at third, bobbled there, out at second, but safe at first. Isaac Paredes able to beat it out. Cam Smith scores, and the Astros are on the board. It's 2-1 Seattle. 0-2. Hit to right. This should tie it. Astroboni is over. Dubon will tag and come home, and we got a 2-2 game. That one hit to the right side, and that's through. Jake Myers around third. Throw to the plate. He'll score standing up. More 2-out hitting, and more damage from the bottom of the order is Mauricio Dubon. Puts the Astros on top, 3-2. Now to the top of the order in Jeremy Pena. And Pena hits this one deep, and that's off the wall. Jeremy Pena into second base. He'll round second, heads for third. Dubon scores. He's in with his 500th career hit. It's a triple, an RBI triple, and the Astros lead it. They score again as Cam Smith and Mauricio Dubon come around to score to make it 5-2. A deep fly ball to right field. This time Jose cranking this one to left, and that one is out of here. Jose Altuve, his first home run since April 28th, and the Astros lead it 6-2.
Cannot even imagine how good that feels for Jose Altuve, and he laid into this one. 403-foot line drive.
Snaps a homerless streak at 77 at-bats. Here's Altuve, led off the 5th inning, his 5th home run of the season. That's here with 2 outs. And
yeah.
Did he do it again? You better believe it. Jose Altuve, a 2-home run game, making up for lost time, and the Astros lead 8-2.
He's got 2 home runs today, 2 home runs in the month of May. Altuve finding it.
We all knew it was a matter of time. The time might be now. Walker takes off on the 3-2 pitch, and this one hit to the left side, and that's down for an RBI single. Astros lead 9-2. Victor Caratini with his 3rd hit of the night. And the Astros, that is 14 Astro strikeouts. This one to right field, into the gap, and run down by Cam Smith. What a night all the way around for the Astros. Pitching, hitting, and defense as Cam Smith comes up with the catch. Jose Altuve, a 2-home run game, and the Astros win the opener of this 4-game series to move to within 2.5 games of the Seattle Mariners in the American League West.
It was George Kirby's first appearance in 8 months after missing the start of the season. He had shoulder issues. He admitted after the game he was a tad excited to be back on the mound.
Super excited. You probably could have told by that first pitch. It was a little sporadic, but yeah, it felt great to be back out there. My body feels good. Yeah, just didn't go the way I wanted to tonight, but it's a great step in just being back with the boys, being with the team, and yeah, just got to do my job next time. And my heater felt awesome. I think just kind of execution. certain situations with 2 strikes, 2 outs, kind of just got to put guys away. Yeah, you really got to execute. These hitters are good, so they're gonna. If you kind of miss a spot, they're gonna make you pay for it. And yeah, that's kind of how I thought it went a little bit tonight. But yeah, I mean, I felt great, and it was just good to get the first one under my belt, and hopefully I can just keep going from here. Yeah, there's always like a little nerves, but I've done this before. I've pitched against this team plenty of times and had lots of success. So. I guess there was a little just nerves and jitters just getting back to the first game, but no nervous, nothing like that.
Series continues tonight. Emerson Hancock faces the Astros' Ryan Gusto. First pitch on Root Sports is at 5:10. To the standings in the scoreboard we go. So Seattle drops a game against Houston, but they still lead the Astros by 2.5. Yankees got by Texas, and the Angels doubled up on the Athletics. All right, prep softball. First of all, Cashmere season came to an end last night in the state 1A tournament. Rochester knocked off the Bulldogs. The final there was 8-1. The rest of the games today and tomorrow. Win, you keep playing. Pretty simple. Moses Lake will take on Issaquah at 9 o'clock this morning. Eastmont will take on North Creek at 11 a.m. The state 4A championships are in Richland. In the 2A championships, Ephrata will take on Olympic at 11 a.m. and at 12 noon, Raymond South Bend takes on Tenasket, and Lake Roosevelt will take on Freeman. Prep baseball. All the games tomorrow. It is Moses Lake and Puyallup. Good luck, Moses Lake. Puyallup is the #1 seed. That's at 1 o'clock tomorrow. 10 a.m. first pitch for Cashmere and Linden Christian in the 1A tournament. Chelan's in the 1A tournament. They'll take on Bellevue Christian, also at 10 a.m. 1 o'clock first pitch for Liberty Bell and Napavine. Again, all of these games are on Saturday, and Okanagan and Asotin at 10 a.m. Prep soccer, the #8 seed Wenatchee Panthers will take on Tahoma, the #1 seed. That's tonight at 6 o'clock for a chance to make it to the state semifinals. And in the 1A soccer tournament, Cascade will take on Raymond out of South Bend at 7 o'clock tonight. Wenatchee Bighorns wrap up their regular season in Montana tonight and Saturday, taking on their rivals, the Great Falls Electric, 6 o'clock tonight, 6 o'clock on Saturday. And then Tuesday of next week, it's playoff time. We'll have it for you as the Bighorns take on the Seattle Superhawks. We'll have that game for you on Tuesday on the NCWLIFE channel in a play-in game for the TBL playoffs. And those are just some of the games that people are playing. Happy World Turtle Day today. There are about 320 known species of turtles, and of all of those, about 70% of those species are listed as endangered. Fun facts about turtles. Sea turtles have special glands that remove salt from their drinking water. That's probably not bad. Green sea turtles can hold their breath up to 5 hours. The leatherback sea turtle can weigh over a ton, and they travel over 10,000 miles a year. Not all turtle species can hide their heads in their shells. There is a difference between turtles and tortoises. Turtles live mainly in the water. Tortoises live mainly on land. And then you have terrapins who live on both land and in water. And what do turtles eat? Whatever's around. They're omnivores. They'll just eat whatever's handy. World Turtle Day today. Today in history. Let's play Guess That Flag. That means it's a state. It's a pretty flag. I like it. The Palmetto State, South Carolina, ratifies the Constitution on the state in 1788. That makes South Carolina 237 years old, the 8th American state. Of course, they left the Union on December 20th. They were readmitted on July 9th. They left on December 20th of 1860. They were readmitted on July 9th, 1868. South Carolina did not have home rule until 1975. What did that mean? Every law, every ordinance had to be passed by the state legislature. You had cities and counties, but the cities and counties couldn't pass any laws or ordinances. Only the state could. They got rid of that. And South Carolina is the only state that operates and owns its own statewide school bus system, and it's really bad. The buses are old, they're falling apart, and they're not replacing them. I don't know what they're thinking. Happy birthday, South Carolina. 91 years ago today, the infamous American bank robbers Bonnie and Clyde, ambushed by police in Bineville Parish, Louisiana. They had so many bullet holes in their bodies that the undertaker, Boots Bailey, had difficulty embalming the bodies because of all the bullet holes. He would put the stuff in and it would just leak right back out again. Bonnie and Clyde meet their fate. And now you remember this, if you live in the Pacific Northwest, 12 years ago today, the I-5 bridge over the Skagit River collapses near Mount Vernon, Washington. The remarkable thing is that nobody was killed in the actual accident. The only fatality happened a couple of days later when State Patrol Trooper Sean M. O'Connell Jr. was struck and killed while directing traffic detouring around the bridge. The replacement bridge is now known as the Trooper Sean M. O'Connell Jr. Memorial Bridge. Birthdays. Drew Carey. I caught his show on YouTube. It's on YouTube now, the old Drew Carey show. I forgot how funny it was. Drew Carey is 67 years old today, and of course he's a minority owner of the Seattle Sounders, huge soccer fan. And Ken Jennings, who won 74 straight Jeopardy games and now hosts the show. The pride of Seattle, Ken Jennings, is 51 years old today. For heat and air, call Alpine Air. They are our platinum sponsor. You saw the forecast. Into the 80s we go this weekend. Your AC is going to turn on if you have it set to auto. Are you sure it's ready to go? Maybe give Alpine Air a call. Last thing you want to do is have them fix it instead of fine-tune it. Still to come, an opinion from my Mad Dog McNaughty. You've never seen it because we never aired it. And then my good buddy, Big Wave Dave Erickson from the City of Wenatchee's Parks, Recreation, and Cultural Services Department. A big agenda on our conversation, and you'll see it when we come back. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCWLIFE channel.
Les Schwab changed the tire game more than 70 years ago. Today, we still believe you should get more from less. Like more hustle, less hassle. More of the best service around, less of the runaround. Because we include America's best tire warranty in every tire we sell. So you get more unbeatable warranty, less charging you extra. It's why we're more than proud to say, you get more from less.
Oh, happy day, Wenatchee Valley. Collins Fashions is looking forward to our famous summer weather. We are fully stocked with shorts, capris, skirts, tees, and tanks. Summer dresses have all arrived in many styles and colors. Special occasion dresses are on full display, and we have something for everyone. Collins is your Brighton headquarters with jewelry, handbags, charms, and sunglasses. We invite you to visit Collins, where fun meets fashion in downtown Wenatchee.
It's the NCWLIFE Community Calendar, a presentation of Apple Valley Honda. The Wenatchee Valley Museum and Cultural Center is once again teaming up with Wenatchee's Historic Preservation Board to host another Historic Homes Tour on May 31st. It's a self-guided tour that offers a rare look inside private historic properties that are not generally open to the public. The tour concludes with a reception at the museum for members and homeowners. Register by going to the museum's website.
At Abby's, Toppings to the Edge is a promise we've kept for 60 years and counting. We load our pizzas with fresh ingredients, quality meats, and real cheese, so every bite is legendary. If you can find a better pizza, buy it. Abby's, you just can't top it. Right now, every day is Taco Tuesday at Abby's. Our Taco Especial is on sale 7 days a week. This giant pizza serves up to 6 people and is at a very special price. Order at abbys.com. Give us a call or just drop by. We're family-owned Abby's, a legendary pizza tradition.
Mad Dog McNaughty, and everybody is entitled to my opinion. Now, I recently posted on Facebook that DJT has not only stated his intent to deport American citizens, but has actually done so. A couple of folks denied that our bully-in-chief actually did deport Americans and asked for proof. Well, when proof was supplied, they still denied that any American citizens had ever been deported. However, I am also aware that some of these folks believe the big lie that the 2020 election was stolen from that man. So this is an interesting phenomenon in our political environment, how it has just been exacerbated. Now, based on their political beliefs, folks will believe that what has been proven is false while denying the truth of proven events. Now, what this says about our society, I'm just afraid to imagine. This is Mike Mad Dog McNaughty, and that's my opinion.
Hey there folks, Blueberry Carrie here to invite you on out to Blueberry Hills to experience some real treats. Take a look at our homemade cream pies, our amazing cheesecakes, and don't forget our famous banana pudding. Remember, we're more than just great treats. People come from all over the world to experience what has been called one of the best destination restaurants in the Pacific Northwest. So come on out and see what all the fuss is about. Blueberry Hills in Manson. It's where the world is coming to.
It's the Click It RV Moses Lake Pre-Memorial Day Sales Event with huge manufacturers discounts from Forest River, StarCraft, and more. Get 0 down financing and no payment for 90 days. And get top dollar for your trade. And as our way of saying thank you, active military and veterans get a $500 parts and service card. And talk about giveaways. Win a StarCraft trailer or $30,000 in cash. And get a 65-inch TV with every purchase. Nobody beats a Click It RV deal. We guarantee it. Don't miss the Click It RV Moses Lake Pre-Memorial Day Sales Event, May 18th through the 30th.
When you've been in business for 40 years, it's because you understand change and you put members first, always. Now Works is announcing a change in their membership model. Up to 6 people on one membership that you can mix and match. The more people, the bigger the discounts. Introducing the Works shared membership model. One membership, friends and family and flexibility. Works, the cleanest, friendliest, most helpful gyms you and your friends will ever join.
And Wake Up Wenatchee Valley returns at the Wenatchee City Pool, new and improved Wenatchee City Pool. This project was well worth it, wasn't it, Dave? Dave Erickson, by the way, the director of the City of Wenatchee's Parks, Recreation, and Cultural Services Department. This has been a godsend for you guys.
It has.
This thing fixed up and running again.
Yeah, definitely. You know, it was time. It's, almost 60 years old, so some things wear out when you get to be that age.
I wouldn't know about that,
yeah,
Dave.
No, neither would I. So, new circulation system, new plumbing, or new plaster, new tile, all that good stuff. So it should last for quite a long time now again.
And in just a week or so, a whole bunch of swimmers from all over the Pacific Northwest are going to find out for themselves with the first big swim meet of the year.
We do, yeah. It's Velocity's Apple Capital Swim Meet, and expecting almost 1,000 swimmers this year up here. And so it'll be full. The park will be full of folks. You'll see the tents pop up and swimmers all the way from Thursday the 29th through Sunday evening. So they've had to expand it a whole nother day because of the amount of swimmers that are going to be here.
And yet it's a 10-lane Olympic-size pool, and that is what you need to have, which is, we have great weather, a perfect location, and the necessary aquatic center to make it happen.
Yeah, unique outdoor pool. There aren't any others in the state of Washington. So it's big enough to host all those swimmers at one time. So we draw, the Velocity draws from Canada to California in some cases, all the way up here for this meet.
Does it make you a better swimmer having this kind of facility?
It's different. So, short course is 25 yards. So in our pool, it's actually the width of the pool. And wintertime, generally that's what everybody swims. Summertime, you swim long course, which is meters. And so Olympic 50-meter pool is still unique. When you're used to swimming yards, you're expecting a turn coming up after a certain amount of strokes. And now you're looking for it and it's not there. You have to keep going. So it does present some different challenges for people that aren't used to it.
Our mutual friends at Wenatchee Valley Sports, a part of the Chamber of Commerce, they did the numbers, they crunched the numbers. Your department has crunched the numbers. The economic impact of not only this swim meet that's coming up here in just a few days, but the other swim meets later on in the summer for this valley is huge.
Yeah, it's over $1 million. Just in tourism dollars that are brought in, hotel stays, sales, restaurants, all that good stuff. So yeah, it does impact the valley in a positive way.
Absolutely. The pool will be open for the season for you general swimmers on
June 14th, Saturday, June 14th.
Have you not raised your rates for City of Wenatchee residents? Because it's still ridiculously cheap.
Yeah, it's really low. We try to do that so it's a service to the community, and we haven't raised them in years. And so they're the same. We've adjusted a little bit for swim lessons, just based on the cost of living increases that you see nationwide. So
we've talked about this before. Every kid should know how to swim. Swim lessons are offered right here. And if you can't afford it, there's a scholarship program for kids. Say, I really want my kid to learn how to swim. And you have professional, certified swim instructors who take care of it here, but they say we can't afford it.
Right. Yeah, we do have a scholarship program, and that's through the partnership with the Wenatchee Valley Sports Foundation. So if people are interested in getting scholarships for swim lessons, they can either reach out to us at the Parks Department or the Sports Foundation, either way, through various websites. or our phone numbers as well.
Directly behind Dave and I is Pioneer Park. You guys just did a lot of good fixing up with more stuff to do. First of all, now it's ADA compatible. Wasn't before, with more stuff down the hoop. First of all, talk about the new sidewalks and the new pathways.
Yeah, maybe not super exciting, to most folks, but new sidewalk now all the way from the pool, all the way up along Fuller Street to the end of the road up there, and within the park itself. So now you can go via sidewalk to the restrooms, to the skate park, and then exciting news, a future picnic shelter that will be coming this September. So
where's that shelter going to be at?
So on the south end of the park, we built a rectangle square there, and so that's where the shelter will be located.
And available to rent.
Yep. And so that'll be coming probably September, October-ish.
When did you realize that the problem with the already existing sidewalk was something that needed to be addressed by your group?
Yeah, there weren't sidewalks in the park itself. So this is something that it's an infrastructure project that we're trying to do in all the park areas to make them more accessible to everybody. And so not only do we have sidewalks, but we have other items as well in this park and others, like electrical infrastructure, stuff that's not real exciting for grant agencies to see, putting electrical lines under the ground. But it's still something that's really needed in these park areas. So we're working on those and continue to.
What else is coming up with Pioneer Park improvements this summer? Anything else?
So one more, again, not real exciting. So the border that goes around the playground, it's currently a railroad tie border. We're changing that out to concrete because the railroad ties tend to dissolve over time and create issues. Bees love going in them.
Stuff like that, yeah.
So we're taking those out, replacing that with concrete. That'll happen around June 23rd. Reason why we're waiting till then is because we have to sandwich it in between the two big swim meets. So we couldn't do it earlier this year because of the sidewalk project. We didn't want contractors running into each other.
In a little while, we're going to go down and visit the Hale Park on the south end of town to talk about the Clark Pedestrian Bridge project. That's going to be in just a few minutes. We're going to change locations. Outside of that, any other park improvements or anything else park-related wise while we're talking about parks?
We're talking about parks, so splash pads. That's kind of a big one. Everybody's can't wait for that typically. Good news and bad news. So the good news is that Lincoln Park is going to be up and running this weekend, Memorial Day weekend, and run all through the summer, 11 to 8. And then Rotary Park, as we were prepping it for the season a couple of weeks ago, the main computer chip burned out on that. So we are still in the process of trying to find a new computer chip that controls all the various features and all that. And it's a 20-year-old splash pad, so sometimes finding parts is a challenge for that. And
Very popular. The splash pads
and then the other one that's coming is PUD's new splash pad down on Riverfront Park, which should be maybe about the time school gets out, from what I'm hearing. So.
And some of the artwork that had to be removed during that PUD project that you talked about, and at the Wenatchee Convention Center, they're either going to find new homes or be returned to where they belong.
Yeah, so all the artwork for Riverfront Park should all be back, with the exception of one sculpture, which is being repaired, and so that should be in any time. And then at the Convention Center, a couple of different things happening there. So just this week, as part of the Convention Center project, we removed all the artwork so it wouldn't get damaged during the Convention Center project. This week, they are pouring the foundations to put that artwork back. So probably end of summer, early September, you'll see the artwork going back in down there, as well as a new sculpture that's being brought in as part of the project. And so that's being coordinated by the city's facilities department. So you get to see that coming up soon too.
How much interplay is there between your department and, say, Public Works and engineering? There's a lot of overlap, isn't there?
There is, yeah, especially when projects cross-pollinate. So, like for example, the Pioneer Park project, we worked with streets and other departments there, for striping and the other street work. Facilities is doing the Convention Center project, but we do all the artwork and maintain the grounds of that, so we work with them. And then down at the Clark Bridge project at Hale Park, so it's us and engineering and Public Works and the PUD and a variety of different agencies down there involved in that.
And that everybody works really well together.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Never an issue. No surprises ever.
It's nice working with professionals, isn't it?
It is.
It is. I wonder if they say the same thing about you.
Oh, totally.
Of course, Lincoln Park has that brand new stage. The old one, The old overhang was you can't use it anymore. You built the whole thing. Mm-hmm. And a number of events will be taking place at Lincoln Park throughout the summer.
Yeah, a lot of, not only city events, but private events and other public events down there. We've got, from the city side of things, we've got Tardiadas, so it's twice a year. The first one will be on June 29th down there, and that's an all-day event with music and crafts and all kinds of fun stuff. And then new this year is our Harmony and Hues Festival. So it's a music and arts and crafts festival down there. That'll be July 29th. And we're accepting vendor applications right now for the arts side of things. We used to have these summer concert series down there. And so what we've done is rolled all the concerts into one. So it's all a one-day festival in July.
Of all the parks that you have to maintain, is Lincoln the biggest challenge because it's such a variety of things between splash pads and mini golf and baseball fields and slopes and playgrounds. It's got a little bit of everything at Lincoln Park, and the sheer size of it.
Yeah, each park is a little different. So they each present different kind of challenges and opportunities. So Lincoln's got its own. Lions Locomotive Park certainly has had some challenges over the last few years. And Rotary also has a variety of things, with the splash pad and the pickleball courts now and everything else there. So,
you got about 1,000 acres that you have to oversee?
A little over 1,000.
And yet for staffing, and you always bring in people temporarily, either for here at the pool or to help out with the splash pads or the little wading pools at Washington and Pennsylvania. You don't have to worry about this. You're done. You're all staffed up.
Yeah, our full-time staff is great. You can't say anything more about our maintenance guys. They take all the assignments and seem happy to do them anyway. But we do hire about 50 to 60 temporary staff every year, and that's lifeguards, it's recreation leaders who are out with the day camp programs. We have some temporary park maintenance workers, and then one at the cemetery that helps out up there. So we've got folks everywhere. We could still use a couple of temporary lifeguards. So if anybody's certified and would like to apply, you can apply online, and we'll get you started.
Let's talk about some of the city-sponsored summertime events for the kids and camps and things like that. There's no excuse. The kids, you can keep the kids busy if you want to.
Yeah, exactly. So summer day camps. We've got a number of different Skyhawk sports camps, probably 30 different camps throughout the summer. Those all start on June 16th. And then we have free programs too. So like the park wading pool program, that starts on June 23rd from 1 to 5. And that's at Methow, Pennsylvania, and Washington parks from 1 to 5 in the afternoon. And that's totally free. Come out. We have games and activities. And then of course the wading pool is open and ongoing. You can find out about all those programs on our city website. We have our rec guide that you can download, or you can give us a call at the park office at 888-3284.
We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we're going to head on down to the Hale Park in South Wenatchee. They had started just the last few hours, the process of they're going to revamp the entrances on both sides of the W.T. Clark pedestrian bridge, which is going to affect Hale Park.
Yes.
And we're going to do that when we come back. Does that work?
Sounds great.
All right, we're on the road. We'll be right back.
Get your bike.
It's the NCWLIFE Community Calendar, a presentation of Apple Valley Honda. The Wenatchee Valley Museum and Cultural Center is once again teaming up with Wenatchee's Historic Preservation Board to host another Historic Homes Tour on May 31st. It's a self-guided tour that offers a rare look inside private historic properties that are not generally open to the public. The tour concludes with a reception at the museum for members and homeowners. Register by going to the museum's website.
Hi, I'm Amanda Walden with A. Walden Insurance Group. Medicare can be overwhelming, but you don't have to figure it out alone. I've been helping people understand their Medicare options for over a decade. Medicare isn't a one-size-fits-all. I'll help you understand your coverage options so you can feel confident in your decisions. Let's find the right Medicare plan for you. Call me today or come and see me at my office located on South Chelan Avenue in Wenatchee between the YMCA and the Social Security office. I look forward to meeting you soon.
We have safely arrived just outside the Hale Park, just really outside the W.T. Clark pedestrian bridge. First of all, kudos for naming the bridge. A well-deserved honor for the Clark family. That's cool. Back here with Big Wave Dave Erickson. Right when we got here, a couple of very pleasant gentlemen were just taking their dogs back into their car, and they were asking what's going on here. And I mentioned that they're starting the process, Dave. of building the brand new access points to both sides of the Clark Bridge, both on the Wenatchee side and on the East Wenatchee side. And starting a few hours ago, they started ripping up the trail, the asphalt part of the trail. And one of the gentlemen said, "What does that mean to the Hale Dog Park? Because we love coming down here." So I guess I'm going to start with that, Dave, since you're the Parks and Rec guy. Access to the Hale off-leash dog park and just that whole area there once construction is fully underway. What's it going to mean for those folks?
Yeah, so there will be intermittent closures of the off-leash area. We don't know quite yet. We haven't heard from the engineers and the contractors what days or anything like that will be. We will post it on our social media page, so Wenatchee Parks Rec and Cultural Services on Facebook, city website, things like that, when we know what the schedule is from the contractors and everybody involved. But it will involve a couple of closures. I've heard 1 6-week closure in July, so that's going to be a challenge. Another one, a couple-week closure coming up. And that's for the most part because there will be dump trucks and power line work and other kind of work happening along the trail. So we're going to try to keep it open as long and as much as possible.
We talked in our last segment about all the cross-pollination between the different city departments. Your Parks and Rec, Public Works is the lead agency, along with the Chelan County PUD and a few others as well, all working together. But this is this approach, the new approaches that are going to be putting in on both sides of the Clark pedestrian pipeline bridge is a big project, isn't it?
It's huge, yeah. So just even in the park itself, so they'll be adding new walkways to connect to the new ramp, ADA ramp, that's going to be going up to the bridge. So instead of kind of that little tight corkscrew that you do to come down on this side, it'll be a straight ramp coming down that brings you almost all the way to the end of where the parking area is. So great for maybe bikers and walkers that are going back and forth to East Wenatchee as far as access to the parking. Not so much maybe for the off-leash area folks coming from that side, either the South Wenatchee over the new on-ramp, or from East Wenatchee, where they're going to have to come all the way down the ramp and then double back to get to the off-leash area. But some of the changes that'll be happening here.
Some of the big power lines that run along the Columbia River are going to be moved by the Chelan County PUD. With the soil erosion along, you got a wet bank and the Columbia River running right to it. It's kind of undermined the power lines a little bit. The PUD will be moving those a little bit farther away from the shoreline and a more stable ground.
Yeah, so to kind of give you an idea, generally there'll be the poles that right now are on the river side of the trail will be moving over essentially to the center of the loop trail, and then the loop trail will be moving over on the other side. So everything is shifting toward the park, maybe 6 or 8 feet, something like that.
And starting first day of June, access to the WT Clark pipeline bridge ain't going to be happening because you won't be able to get to it, because the first thing you have to do is tear down the existing approaches on each side before you can build the new one. So the reason that they're going to be closing the pedestrian bridge for an extended period of time is you won't be able to get down anyway.
Correct. Yep. So they'll be taking down that on-ramp, and then the detours will be taking effect at that point. So it's going to be a challenge for a little bit of time, but hopefully a nice thing when it's all done.
This is the Hale Off-Leash Dog Park was something that a lot of people wanted to see for a long time. It happened. Some problems inherent to anybody in your department has crept up. Graffiti jumps immediately to mind. But you guys try to be on top of it, right?
Yeah, we try to remove it within the day that we find it. It just kind of depends on the day of the week or if it's a holiday or things like that. But yeah, the skate park got tagged just this week. Pioneer Park bathrooms, they broke the urinals. Lincoln Park, they kicked out the stall partition doors. Washington Park got tagged on the restrooms. Methow Park tagged inside and outside the restroom. So lots of targets that we have to address on a daily basis.
The neighborhoods around these parks, the people are usually very good stewards. It's always those 2 or 3 bad apples, isn't it?
Correct. Yeah, it's probably, 95% of the people are fine. It's that 5% that come in and do things that they shouldn't be doing.
And before, and we talked about this before, it used to be a summertime problem. Kids are out of school, they're bored, they get restless, they do stupid stuff.
Yes.
It's become almost a year-round problem now for you guys.
It is, yeah. You can almost guarantee 2 weeks after school got out, that's when we would start seeing some vandalism. People got bored. And now it is nearly every day. There's something happening in each of the parks. In fact, last year we spent almost $193,000 responding to vandalism incidents in the parks.
Is that something you have to budget for?
We do, yep.
And every year it probably has to go up a little bit?
Every year. And we have a budget line item. We thought, okay, this certain amount should be fine based on previous years. And just over the last maybe 3 or 4 years, it's escalated dramatically. So it depends on what they break too. We had a car drive into Lincoln Park, over the sidewalk, down the grass area, did $25,000 worth of damage because they bullseyed the main electrical panel for the park. And so we had to replace all of that here just maybe a month ago.
And there isn't really an answer, is there? I mean, security cameras are security cameras, but if you really don't want to get caught and you work hard enough, you're not going to.
Yeah, you know, we've done all the various things that are recommended out there. We designed the features so that way they're harder to vandalize. We have changed the park around, better lighting, security cameras, as you mentioned. Outside of having full-time security officers in the parks, that's really about the only thing. And even say Hale Park, for example, it's so long, somebody could do something in less than 30 seconds at one end and the security guard could be at the other end. So it's a challenge.
Big Wave Dave Erickson, the director of the City of Wenatchee's Parks, Culture and Recreation, Parks, Recreation and Cultural Services Department. Anything else as we roll into summer 2025 while I have you here?
You know, lots of events, lots of programs happening. If you want more information, give us a call at the Parks Department at 888-3284. You can also find information on the City of Wenatchee website at www.wenatcheewa.gov or even our social media page, as I mentioned.
Dave, it's always good to see you, my friend.
Thanks, Dan.
And whenever there is some temporary closures to the Hale Park because of the construction going on, I'll be sure to let you folks know about it on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Dave Erickson, my good friend, good to see you. Skinny boy, looking good.
Thanks.
You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. We'll be right back.
At Local Myth Pizza, we believe in real food, freshly prepared with only premium ingredients. Our cheeses are imported from Italy. Our sauces, dressings, and even our sausages are made in-house fresh daily. Featuring Northwest craft beers and 30 Chelan Valley wines and ciders. Family fun and amazing food. Eat local, drink local, and be local at Local Myth Pizza.
Come see why Sunset Magazine says you can't beat Local Myth Pizza.
The Surf and Slide Water Park is open from Memorial Day through Labor Day. Surf and Slide is located in the heart of Central Washington in Moses Lake with activities for all ages and abilities. Check out Surf and Slide's Flow Rider Surfing Simulator, Lazy River, 2 200-foot water slides, tube slides, and diving boards. Our children's area includes a Treasure Island water structure, splash pad, and baby octopus slide. For season passes, visit us online or find Surf and Slide on Facebook.
Shop talk before we head into a 3-day weekend, and it is this. We have a 3-day weekend. Yep, there'll be no NCWLIFE evening news on Monday, Memorial Day the 26th. We'll be taking the day off. We'll have special programming as well. A special show about Derek Sheffield, the poet laureate of the state of Washington, will air in lieu of the news on a Monday, and we told Lou, and he's okay with it. I get Monday off, 3-day weekend, don't know what I'm going to do with myself, but my guess is I'm not going to look real good on Tuesday. What's looking real good is the weather. Lots of sunshine right through Memorial Day weekend. You folks out in the Columbia Basin on Saturday, you have a chance of getting to 90. And a lot of people aren't used to the heat, and it's going to be a very rapid warm-up, especially between today and tomorrow. We could be a good 10 degrees warmer for Saturday's afternoon high than we're going to see today. Warmer still on Sunday. Little flim-flong on Sunday night as the ridge of high pressure, which is building up as we speak, is going to get shoved out of alignment by a big low over the Gulf of Alaska. So we could see a little bit of light rain, maybe a pop-up thunderstorm late Sunday night into Monday. Monday is going to be considerably cooler for Memorial Day, but most people will be heading back to their various homes. Here's your forecast from the National Weather Service, just about mid-70s today. Lots of sunshine. We're liking this. Upper level ridge builds up in intensity. It's going to warm us up another 5 degrees on Saturday, and then we jump up to the mid-80s on Sunday. And there's a distinct possibility in some locations, as I mentioned already, depending on how quickly it will warm up on Sunday morning, there'll be some spots in our viewing area that could get to the 90-degree mark, and as you already saw, will be a little cooler on Memorial Day proper. That's it for us. Have a great weekend. We will see you Tuesday. Bye-bye.